Hi everyone, you're welcome to Social Pills channel once again, the right place to get just the right dose for your social challenges. Here on Social Pills channel, I remain your chief host, Gretchen Wonder. The topic for today is self-realization. Lots of people have struggled with life trying to make headway without realizing the person of themselves. You know, a good study and understudy of some of the things that have gone by in our life can actually bring us to the reality of the true person in us. And when we know ourselves, certain things will just come to us with ease because it makes us to place ourselves in the area of our strength. And this has done lots of people real good. Do you know that certain people have neglected certain things about themselves that would have brought them good fortune in life? Yes. Let's take for example, growing up as a child, you used to be very good with drawing. And then this is something that you love doing and you do with ease. Before you know it, you have gotten the portrait of a person. And then most people appreciate it. But eventually, as life goes by, you find yourself maybe after your secondary school, and then you are trying to push through life, footing your own bills. And then you might be working for one person or the other who is not even paying you well. You see, if you can create extra time out of the time that you have in a day to forge ahead in this area of your artistic work, you might eventually see that you don't even need any employment from anybody. You can actually begin to do something that people will appreciate and that will also bring financial gain to you. But when we don't realize these things about ourselves, which is self-realization, you discover that we might just be suffering continuously trying to make ends meet while it is just by the corner, very, very much deep in us, waiting for us to explore. So, this call is a call for us to consciously examine ourselves on certain things. We need to realize ourselves in terms of the skills that we have in us to be able to make financial gains in life. And most people have eventually even become very, very great and very, very financially buoyant in life by exploring the potentials that is in them. But you know, it will be very difficult if you as a person, you have not really realized yourself. You need to sit down, ask yourself, what is or what are my potentials? What are the things that I need to put in place for me to forge ahead with some of this strength that I have in me? If you are that person, you might have been looking for one employment or the other. But then, if you look back, you will discover that you have certain skills that you have really neglected. Certain skills that so many people have appreciated very much about you. You need to go back to the drawing board and begin to explore some of these potentials that you have in you. This might just be the breakthrough that you need for your financial freedom. We seek employment and complain about ill attitude from our boss, and then we desire also to be self-sufficient and then to manage our affairs just like some of these other bosses that we see. But we have not really given time to look inwards, to explore ourselves. Now, I want to add also that some of the strengths and potentials that we have may not be things that we really like. I'll give us an example. Personally, lots of time when I try to teach people certain things, I discover that they tend to understand it very, very well than the way they understand it with other teachers. And over time, these things have been communicated to me. But do you know that on my own part, I really don't like teaching? I really don't like teaching. But somehow, most times people come to me, and then on certain subjects and certain topics, I explain it to them, and they just have this satisfaction from what they got from me. You know, I remember one of my aunties, she said something that even the person teaching them in their adult school don't even really know how to teach this thing the way I do. She eventually had to force me into starting a private lesson in our environment. And do you know that certain people, even after I stopped, were still begging me to continue? You see, as at then, I was done with my secondary school, and I was still struggling, disturbing my parents for one financial support or the other. She got to observe this, and then she was like, she pays so amount for her child, and then most times when she observed the teacher through a window, she would discover that the children are just sleeping. Even the teacher is not that serious. But if I can start this lesson, she's assuring me that before I know, I will begin to make money. And this is eventually how I started making money from this private lesson after I started. That really opened my eyes to so many things. So, we need to realize ourselves. Sometimes, we may not really rely on ourselves alone to come about this knowledge or this information. Try to relate with people and then put into consideration some of the comments they make about you. This way, you might just be exploring the greatness that is in you. This greatness brings about positive influence on people's life that they are willing to pay for, that they are willing to appreciate in financial terms. This can just make you to become that boss that other people have been seeking for. I am encouraging you, if this is the first video you are watching on my channel, to please do well to subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and also share them to see how others can also benefit from this information. Here on Social Pills channel, I remain your chief host, Great Shinwonder. Thanks for coming. Bye.